Hello and welcome to Tell Me English. My name is Jake and today we are pronouncing regular ed verbs in the past tense. So there are 3 golden rules which you need to remember to know how to pronounce each word. So I'm going to explain each rule for you and give examples and show you how to pronounce each word. So rule number 1 is if the verb ends in a voiceless sound. So what is a voiceless sound? A voiceless sound is when the throat doesn't vibrate. For example, the letter B or the sound B or V, you can hear the vibration, B or V. But if the word ends in, for example, P, for example, shop is shop, there's no vibration in the throat. So this is a voiceless sound. Remember, it's the sound and not the letter. So there's 7 different voiceless sounds to remember. So we can have P, for example, shop, cop. Oh my gosh. Mop. We can have F, for example, stuff, fluff, puff, puff. Or we can have a K sound. For example, work, twerk. Big booty, but you smirk, which is like a smile, a smirk. Or the sh sound, for example, wash, push. The ch sound, for example, watch, fetch. Or an S sound, like kiss, miss, or diss. So to pronounce these words in the past, we simply add the T sound at the end. For example, with work, it will be worked. So you can hear it's k-t. It's not worked, or it's not worked with a D. It's worked. So yesterday I worked. Or stop, it will be stopped. Or finish, it will be finished. So yesterday I finished my project. We don't say yesterday I finished. Or yesterday I finished. It's with a T sound, with the T. With the F sound, laugh. In the past, laughed with a T, T. It's not laughed or laughed. Okay? So how do you remember this? Well, it's just simply with practice. But maybe as you're speaking, you can hear if your voice is vibrating or not. So now you know how it should sound. If it doesn't vibrate, you know you can add a T sound or a T. So worked. So now rule number 2 is voice sounds. So before we did voiceless sounds when there's no vibration, but now we're going to do with vibration. So the voiced sounds. So we have 10 examples now of the voiced sounds. So the first one is the B. B. You can hear the B is vibrating. So verb examples of this, we have absorb, we have grab, we have rob, rub. The second one is with the V. So like move. You can hear the vibration, move. So the next one is the J sound. For example, engage or stage. This one's a little difficult to pronounce, the J sound. So now the Z sound. You can have a whiz, like if someone's very fast. You can have quiz as a verb. Now we have an A sound. For example, stay, pray, play. You can hear the ringing again. Now we have an L sound. So L, L. You can hear the ringing again. I feel like I'm repeating myself. But roll, tell, kill. The next one we have the sound, like dream, transform, perform. Now we have the sound from the N. For example, open, retain, ban. Now we have the R sound from R, like gather, repair, recover, and pour. Or the Th sound. There isn't many verbs which end in Th. You can have breathe. So what do we do with these voice sounds? So the verbs which have a voice sound at the end, we add the d sound, not the ed sound or the t sound. We simply add the d sound. For example, move, we say moved. We don't do moved or moved. It'll be moved. Stay, it's not stayed in the past, it's stayed. It's not state, it's stayed with D. Or study, in the past is studied, not studied. A lot of people say, today I studied a lot in school. But no, it's studied. Or with travel, with the L sound, it's travelled. It's not travelled. A lot of friends I've made whilst travelling the world who are not natives say travelled, which is obviously very common because it's written travel, ed, but it's travelled. Okay? Now finally, rule number 3 is if the verb ends in a T or a D sound, you simply add the id sound. So for example, date ends in the T, so it's dated. Start with the T, so it's started. Or visit, today I visited, so it's like an id sound. So now a few with D, so attend, it finishes in D sound. So attended in the past. So another example, land finishes in D, so it would be landed with the id. It's not land or landed, no, or landed. Is landed because it's a D, so it's the id sound afterwards. Or reward, maybe you received a reward from work because you're the best employee of the month. So you say, I was awarded with the id sound. It's not I was awarded or I was awarded. It's awarded. Okay, now I'm going to give you a few random words from each of the 3 rules in a random order, and you need to try and pronounce it yourself. So, word number 1. So, this is flood. So, it ends in a D sound. So, from the rules, it's rule number 3. So, it's flooded with the id sound. Okay, word number 2. So, again here, I've included the D. So it's remind with the D sound. So we know this is rule number 3. So it's reminded with the id sound. Okay, example number 3. So you should know that Marie with the E is from rule number 2. So we pronounce this as married with the D sound. We don't do married or married. It's married. Okay, example number 4. So divorce, you can hear there's no vibration, so it's not divorced said or divorced. It's divorced because after the S from rule number 1, it's T sound. Okay, example number 5. This one was a little tricky. This one, obviously, it's written with GH. But how you pronounce it is way. So it's the A sound. So we know from the A sound it's rule number 2. So it should be weighed with the D sound. Not weighed or weight. It's the weighed. So if you weigh something on the scales, in the past it's weighed. Okay, one more example. Number 6 now is... So this is crash. So we know the sh sound is rule number 1. So it should be in the past crashed with the T sound. I understand it's very difficult with these voiceless, these voice sounds, or with the D and the T, but obviously practice makes perfect. So now you can just remember the 3 rules, and each time you're pronouncing something, you can think, how does it sound? Which one does it go into? Is it voiced or is it voiceless? Or is it a T sound or is it a D sound? From knowing this, you will have a lot better chance of pronouncing the words correctly. So what I'm going to do now is leave some words on the screen for you, and I'll leave them in the description too. please send us a message on Facebook, send us a voice message pronouncing these words, and I will correct you, or Andres will correct you if you need correcting. Okay, thank you for watching today's video. I know it's very difficult, but I think this is a very, very useful video for you, and it was something which you should remember for a long time. So remember to like, subscribe, comment, all of that kind of stuff. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.